In the news this week, eyewitness gives police detailed reports on burglary. Victor Moses shows off dribbling skills.
Where it's going to play, whether it's going to be able to jeopardize for Leopoldo in the middle of the park, in the middle of central defense, I don't know, but I'd like to see him get a run out, but it's such a crucial game.
PDP rejects Ali Modu Sharif's offer to lead the party out of its slump. And now, it's the other news.
And here's your host, Okey Bakassi.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the other news, your weekly dose of fun-flavored facts. On the show today, we'll talk to one of my favorite people. She's an actress, a TV host, a producer. Monalisa Chinda Coca is right here, ladies and gentlemen, in the studio. Yeah. But first is the other news headlines. The Federal Executive Council meeting failed to hold yet again this week. The government claims the Salah break left ministers unprepared for the meeting. Unprepared, Abi? I think they should keep rinsing and reusing this excuse. At least this one is believable. It's working for them. President Buhari says that even though Nigeria is out of a recession, he will not rest until every Nigerian feels the impact. Yes, I am sure the president is very busy working on that impact thing. Yeah, from his holiday in Daura, Katsina State. Yeah, the Asset Management Company of Nigeria has denied reports that it is talking to Ethiopian Airlines to take over management of Arik Air. So the rumor was just a flight of fantasy which has been cancelled after much delay. Maybe Arik again. All right, Africa's richest man, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, says he is not interested in being a member or presidential candidate of the PDP. He was quoted as saying, "I'm an entrepreneur. My passion is to create jobs for Nigerians and not otherwise." Haba, Uncle Aliko. Are you saying our PDP politicians do not create jobs? Shade them small now, I beg. Nigerian music icon Two-Face Idibia has donated relief materials to women and children of Benue who were affected by the recent floods. It is not the first time Two-Face has shown generosity to women of Benue. That might explain why half of the children there call him Daddy.
Naughty them! Naughty them!
All right. Democratic elections were invented so that we can spend money rather than lives when transferring political power. But sometimes we ask ourselves, hey, why can't we spend both? And that's when elections get not just expensive financially, but bloody as well. Niger Delta people are the halo, I just agree. Well, in places like Zimbabwe, it is a waste of money, lives, and time. As long as the money is not Zimbabwean currency, because that one is a waste on its own. Yeah. No matter how many elections they conduct, no matter the results, Robert Mugabe, they never leave seat now. So that side, forget it. A few weeks ago, we told you about the Kenyan election and how it felt like Nigeria's 2015 elections. Well, it seems the Kenyans heard us and decided to get ahead of us. After all, Kenyans are all experts in starting slow but finishing first. The Kenyan Supreme Court has declared the presidential elections that were held last month null and void. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta was still drinking kai-kai in celebration of his re-election when Kenyan Supreme Court made a big decision.
The president-elect, and that the declaration is invalid, null, and void.
Yes, the court said, not yet Uhuru. The president almost choked on his drink. Don't worry about his red eyes. He's not crying. That's what I did. International observers had said the election was free and fair. But the Kenyan Supreme Court was like,
why you always lying? Oh my God.
yeah, the election has been held, money has been spent, a winner has been announced. Courts and election tribunals always face this dilemma. You know, should you do what is right or just shun?
I personally disagree.
Well, President Uhuru Kenyatta, in a statement on the ruling, said he respected the judgment, but he disagreed with it because
6 people have decided that they will go against the will of the people.
But the Supreme Court upheld his previous election. Did they have more than 6 heads that time? All these people say. Anyway, speaking of elections, it is election time in Nigeria, Anambra State. Anambra State is the bad boy of Nigerian elections. Since 1999, the state has had 6 different governors. Several elections, 1 by forced resignation, 1 overturned impeachment, and 1 alleged visit to the shrine. Well, the various parties held their primaries. Anthony Nwoye, the APC candidate, was PDP's candidate in the last election cycle. Senator Andy Uba, the man who lost the APC ticket, was once a PDP governor of Anambra for 14 days. Chief Osita Chidoka, the UPP candidate, was a minister in the PDP government. And Peter Obi, the former governor who won 2 elections as a member of ABGA, is now a PDP chieftain. And then there is, of course, Yule Dochie, my man, who has gone from Nollywood fine boy to DPC strongman. This thing is more confusing than trying to solve further mathematics after smoking Oshobo weed. It's serious in Anambra. So the candidates have emerged and the election is set for the 18th of November 2017. Are you from Anambra? Will you vote? Do you have your permanent voter's card? If you have answered yes to all this, well, tweet at us using the hashtag Anambra Decides 2017. And as for the politicians, remember, if you do wuru wuru, the gods go do you waiting they do wuru. Yeah. All right, a chat with the talented and gorgeous Monalisa Chinda still to come on the other news. Keep watching. Yeah, if you're just joining us, you know with all the jara and the ginger, you know it can only be the other news. Okay? Yeah. Some people say they cannot eat other people's rams, but expect you to eat their own chicken. Well, to make sense of all this, our special celebration correspondent, Binta Badmos, investigates.
The Salah celebrations have come and have gone. As so many rams have found their way into the bellies of Nigerian Muslims, and in some cases, Christians. Now, it's a known fact that Christians in this part of the world kill fowl for Christmas, and the Muslims, they slaughter the rams for Salah. But you know, these religious festivities, they've somehow led to religious stereotypes. For example, a case of, if you not chop my ram, I no go chop your chicken. Or, I no go chop your ram, I no go chop your chicken. It's against my faith. Hey, I decided to go ask Nigerians on the street, what would they do if they found themselves in this situation?
I do. Even this one they just did now. Some of my Muslim folks, they give me.
As for me, I don't eat.
I've already eaten, so I will accept because we are all serving the same God.
I collect when they bring their chickens in.
Then they give me, I chop.
I will.
These answers have led to a series of questions, like, is it compulsory to kill fowl for Christmas celebration, or for the Muslims to slaughter ram for Salah? Should I accept ram or chicken from my Muslim friends or Christian friends during these celebrations? Or are the killings of these animals actually rituals? To find answers to my questions, I decided to speak with Pastor Emmanuel Okonkwo, And later, I met with Imam Sahid Junaid.
I wouldn't say the Bible says we must give chicken. What the Bible says is that we must be generous. When we kill chickens and there's no sacrifice. It is the season, it is the celebration, and it's just food. I think faith is more than just should I take, should I not take, what more than what. In fact, Jesus, Matthew chapter 15, verse 11, Jesus said it's not what goes into a man that defiles the man. It's actually what comes out of the man. So I find all this very legalistic. I'm not going to take meat from my Muslim neighbors. You're not doing that, and for you it's a sign of your faith, but you're stealing money from the government. You are looting the treasury. I live in an area where there are a lot of Muslims where I live. Unfortunately, this time nobody's brought me meat, and I think they should try me on that.
As a Muslim, you will live peacefully with other people of other faiths. We live peacefully with them. We live together. We do share a lot of things. They are our neighbors. We are supposed to live in peace with them. And whenever they are doing their things, we also have to, we also festivate with them to some extent. And in Islam, if we kill a ram, we are supposed to share it into 3 places. One for our own household, the other one for the neighbor around, our neighbors, and the other one for those who are in need.
It is clear that both religions preach love and generosity, whether it is mutton or chicken, as long as it is offered with sincere intentions. Besides, there are more pressing issues to bother ourselves with than disputing over mutton or chicken. I am Binta Badmos, reporting for The Other News.
We sent you to report Binta, not to eat meat. Anyway, if you don't bring that meat back, no salary for you this week. Yeah. Our guest is a film producer, TV personality, and award-winning actress who has starred in over 50 movies that include Lagos Cougars, Gossip Nation, and Evil Project. But she's not evil, though. She also produced the movie Weekend Getaway and the stage dance drama Dance for Life. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as a welcome the charming Monalisa Chinda. Hey! I'm excited.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, dear.
Thank you.
This is the authentic Monalisa. Okay. No chemicals added.
I don't know about that.
Colors that people have been looking for around Lagos. I know Bobrisky will kill to have this color.
Why are you calling his name here?
Anyway, let's not worry about him. Yeah, the Lagos State Commissioner for Women Affairs recently said, and I quote, "Negligence, infidelity, sophistication, misguided utterances, verbal insults, and gullibility on the part of women drive domestic violence." Mm-hmm. As a human being, first of all, and as a woman, what do you think about this?
I completely and totally agree with her.
Okay.
Much as I detest all forms of violence against women.
And men.
Well, and men, if you may.
You have to include us.
Well.
They are the husband beaters.
There is just 0%. Huh? I'm going to talk about
because
that.
Men are not coming out of the closet.
They should come out of the closet.
Okay,
why are they sitting down, locked up?
This topic, let us not go there.
Anyway, thank God you better watch it.
People.
You better watch
even it. Even in our industry, with their wife. But let us not go there.
Well, I'm still trying to favor you in this conversation.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is that much as I don't like, most of us don't like domestic violence, women should quit provoking their men into punches and slaps and all kinds of things. Yeah. You know, and I mean, having said that, because I mean, I was going through, because I'm a domestic violence
victim.
Well,
okay, advocate.
I don't want to go
I'm sorry,
there.
Advocate.
Please,
sorry.
That's not what
I'm just trying to feel
I always research.
Sorry, my mouth.
I always, yes, drink that. I always research, you know, when I hear stories that come up, fresh stories, you know, that, of course, this is close to my heart. So I always dig in to see what, half the time, it's the women. You know, our mouth, God just gave us this very running okra mouth. sorry for that.
You know, to help you put it in proper perspective before some people begin to judge you wrongly with no Nigerians, what she's simply saying is that if you meet rubbish, walk away with your dignity.
And my point is, I'm just saying, we shouldn't go too far to want to exchange. Women, don't fight with people who are stronger than you. Exactly.
I agree with you. Let's just leave. We are getting passionate about it. No, even if they decide to judge, I'll be in your corner. We all, I think, we share the same industry. Do you think cases of sexual abuse in the industry is covered?
Yes,
people don't. Yeah, it's silence. Do you think that?
Yes, I mean it's a bit uncomfortable for someone to just come out and say, "Oh, I was, I was cornered to a back, whatever, to probably, sleep with this producer because of this role." They just keep quiet about it because one, they're trying to protect their careers and all whatnot. However, the society has a way of blaming those kind of women, whether we like it or not. If you come out and speak, even rape cases, how many women come out to say, I've been raped?
And it's not good.
This society just stigmatizes. They just don't, they won't give you jobs, you lose out completely. So you just swallow your pride and see how you can work into being a better person.
Have you been a victim, I will ask?
Of what?
Sexual abuse.
No.
No, okay.
Not at all.
I wasn't expecting you to say yes, though.
No. No, on a more serious note, no.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I
believe you. They're not in fear. Exactly. They're not in look face.
When they look at my face, they know that this is a no-nonsense woman.
Yeah,
so exactly. Well, on the other hand, abroad, when you're outside the shores of Africa, women are made heroes for coming out to speak on cases like this, rape cases or sexual abuse cases and stuff like that. But here, everything's just...
Monalisa is a very popular name, and there's another Monalisa somewhere in a museum in Paris. That is a very famous artwork. Have you gone to see that Monalisa?
Do you know I haven't gone?
Yeah,
it's so divine.
It's so aura.
It's so spiritual.
Yeah.
You can't define that portrait.
Yeah.
But this me here, you can define, you know who
no, this is you talking about you. I know a lot of male fans who will say, this Monalisa here, you can't define her.
They can't see.
It's nice talking to you, Monalisa. Thank you very much. All right. All right. That was the spectacular Monalisa Chinda. Well, still to come on the other news, a special analysis of the weather with our permanent flood correspondent, Daniel the Humorous. Keep watching. We are still here. It's the other news, the show that makes newscasters want to crack jokes and comedians want to read the news. In the United States, Hurricane Harvey leaves devastation in its wake, and flooding in Makurdi, Benue State has left thousands homeless. For more on this, we go to our permanent senior flood correspondent, Daniel the Humorous. Hello, Dan.
I greet you, okay?
Yeah.
Well, there's been a lot of natural disasters lately from the United States to Southeast Asia and even here in Nigeria. Hurricane Harvey, for example, to me, felt like a global convention of marine spirits with the kind of damage that was done. And of course, the Nigerian branch of the Marine Spirit Association said, no, we cannot be left out. And they chose their convention venue as Benue State, Makurdi.
Dan, I don't think the weather conditions have anything to do with aquatic spirits.
Okay. This thing that you have just said now, you have crossed the green line. We are monitoring hate speech now. And what you have done is hate speech against marine spirits by calling them aquatic animals. Anyway, that's just one side of the story. Okay. Now, in the United States, for example, they always name all these their hurricanes and disasters. From Katrina to Sandy and now Harvey. There's even Irma coming. So here, we also should name our own disasters. So this one that has happened in Benue, I propose that we name it Hurricane Zulezu.
Hurricane what?
Zulezu. With the way it came and displaced people in their thousands, it's more like the flood just came and was doing them kerewa, kewa, kerewa, ho, kerewa, kewa, kerewa, left, right, center, and middle. And I propose that we should name more Anyone happened in Lekki from now, we'll call it Hurricane Jagaban. The one that happened in Surulere, we'll call it Hurricane Bajabiamila. And the one that's happening in Port Harcourt, we'll call it Hurricane Winnie Mighty. People have lost lives and properties in all these floods. You can't sit here and make jokes of all this.
Who is making joke? It's a serious matter. And that's why we must commend those who have gone ahead to carry out charity and relief efforts. For example, Two-Face Idibia with his foundation. He's even on ground there by himself. Sean Tezel has suspended buying more bleaching cream and used 10 naira for every retweet. Even the corporate world, Sterling Bank, Anaco, they are all there. So for those of you who like to send unnecessary message, especially on WhatsApp, hey, I am Jesus, I'm talking to you. Reply 15 minutes, if not you die. 2 missionaries are about to be killed in Libya since 2012. They never killed them. This is the opportunity for you to make use of all those you're retweeting and forwarding. Your tweet can save a life. Help Makurdi people. Do you know that on social media, we are monitoring? There were more pray for Houston posts than pray for Benue post. And people were angry. But do not be angry. Because if you look at it, half of Nigeria lives in Houston. If not for good road and light, you would think when you're in Houston, you would think you're in Lekki. So when we are praying for Houston, technically, we are praying for ourselves. You understand?
Yeah, you have a point, though. But, I mean, did you count the tweets to arrive at, I mean, more tweets for Houston than Nigeria?
Okay.
Are you just making...
This is the black line. One more line, you cross the red line. This year hate speech is increasing. Can somebody correspond quietly in this country again?
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Now, as I was saying, another issue we need to treat is the issue of proactiveness. They say once beaten, twice shy. But in Nigeria, steady beating every day with full confidence. No shyness involved. And then the meteorological agencies have been sending warnings since from the beginning of the year. Flood, they come, flood, they come, flood, they come, flood, they come. But it's like when the government received this report, they just look at the report and say, cover this bowl with the blood of Jesus. Nothing is going to happen, nothing is going to happen. And then when things happen, everybody starts to run helter-skelter. And the government alone is not responsible for this, okay? The people are also involved. You hear that song? Water, you don't get enemy, oh. And then they want to make water look bad by building houses on water channels. I mean, it's Noah your father. It took us nearly a week or even over a week before we had presidential presence in Benue State. Thank God the vice president, the pastor is there. He will pray for them and possibly raise more offering. And then that same weekend where we expected the president to travel, president was doing granddaddy yo with coppers. And doing old boys meeting with class of 1953. And even before then, lifting trophy of the Tigress with one hand.
Dan, I think you have also crossed your own line now.
If you are going to draw a line, why didn't you bring your own marker? Using my marker to draw my line. Okay. Anyway, okay, before you now draw the black line and put me in problem, let me just make my point quietly. It's the issue of proactiveness. We have to step up from being a reactive nation to a proactive nation. Yeah. We don't have to wait for things to happen before we act. Enough of this playing defense like we are Joseph Yobo. Let us be attackers like legendary Rashidi Yekini. Number 9, straight to the goalpost. Grab these issues from the head and not from under like Donald Trump.
What a report from Dan. Thank you very much, Dan.
You're welcome.
Wow. He needs help. He needs serious help. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Our people say the water that is stolen from another man's calabash will always have a funny taste. Join us next week. My name is Okey. Thank you very much.